Hello there and welcome to the news on African News 24 TV. I am Praise Adeleke. First, the highlights. President Bola Tinubu grants posthumous pardon to Major General Mamman Vatsa, Herbert Macaulay, others. Oyo State Governor Seyi Makinde tackles the Minister of Works, Dave Umahi, for refusing to disclose the cost breakdown of the Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway project. Federal Airport Authority of Nigeria launches cashless policy to address revenue leakages. Now to the news. We begin with the news of a clemency which the President Bola Tinubu is granting posthumously to some former Nigerian leaders. One of them, Major General Mamman Vatsa, who was executed in 1986 after being convicted for treason. Vatsa was convicted under the then military head of state, General Ibrahim Babangida, who accused him of paying money to senior officers to mount a coup against his government. Aside him, the president also grants pardon to publisher of the newspaper, Lagos Daily News, nationalist and acclaimed founder of Nigerian nationalism, Herbert Macaulay. Macaulay was convicted by colonial government 2 times, first for fraud and then for sedition. The president also pardoned Ken Saro-Wiwa, a renowned Nigerian writer, environmental activist, and human rights advocate who became a global symbol of resistance against environmental injustice. He was arrested and accused of involvement in the murder of 4 local chiefs. Besides these men, President Tinubu also pardoned 172 others, bringing the number of those pardoned to 175. The news of the pardon was contained in a statement by the presidential spokesperson, Bayo Ononuga, via his X handle. The governor of Oyo State, Seyi Makinde, has criticized the Minister of Works, David Umahi, for refusing to disclose the cost implication of the ongoing Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway project. Makinde, who spoke in a now viral video today, said there was no reason for Umahi to dance around the cost when journalists asked legitimate questions. His comment follows a heated on-air exchange between Umahi and Arise TV presenter Rufai Oseni, who had asked the minister to state the cost of the 700-kilometer project per kilometer. Umahi dismissed the question as elementary, insisting that costs vary from 1 kilometer to another, and accusing the journalist of lacking technical knowledge. Reacting, Makinde defended Oseni's inquiry, saying public officials should provide clear answers about taxpayers' money. He compared the highway to his administration's project, citing examples of road construction in Oyo State with transparent cost analysis. In other news, no Nigerian child should die from illnesses caused by measles, rubella, and other vaccine-preventable diseases. This is according to the wife of the president, Senator Oluremi Tinubu. She was speaking during the launch of the nationwide measles rubella vaccination campaign. We have more in this report.
Remi Tinubu has officially launched a nationwide measles rubella vaccination campaign targeting over 106 million children. Speaking at the national flag-off ceremony in Abuja, the First Lady described the campaign as the largest health initiative in Africa's history, aimed at protecting children aged 9 months to under 15 years from measles, rubella, and other vaccine-preventable diseases. She highlighted the dangers of both measles and rubella, warning that these diseases can cause permanent disabilities and even deaths. Senator Oluremi Tinubu urged parents, traditional rulers, and religious leaders to support the campaign and ensure no child is left unprotected.
Its twin disease, rubella, though often silent, is equally harmful. When it infects the pregnant woman, the unborn child may likely be born with blindness, deafness, or serious heart defects.
The campaign will be rolled out in 2 phases and would also integrate polio vaccines and ongoing HPV vaccines programs for adolescent girls. Coordinating Minister of Health Professor Mohammed Ali Pate called it a historic step in improving healthcare delivery, noting that it marks a reimagining of how services reach Nigerians. Health partners including the Gates Foundation, Gavi, and traditional rulers such as Oni of Ife and the Sultan of Sokoto praised the initiative, calling it a bold step toward eliminating preventable childhood diseases. Nigeria's health authorities say the campaign aligns with global immunization goals and could dramatically improve child survival and school attendance nationwide.
As part of efforts to address revenue leakages, the Federal Airport Authority of Nigeria has launched a cashless policy. The scheme, which begins with the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport in Abuja, is projected to extend to other airports once the success is measured. The managing director of FAN during the launch says the scheme is to transition all FAN airports to electronic payments in line with global best practice.
FAN has officially launched a cashless policy at the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport in Abuja, aimed at covering revenue leakage and improving efficiency. The new system, which began on September 29, eliminates physical cash payments at key revenue points, including access gates, car parks, and VIP lounges. FAN says the move is part of a broader plan to fully transition all its airports to electronic payments by the first quarter of 2026. Speaking at the launch, FAN Managing Director Olubunmi Koko, represented by the Director of Commercial and Business Development Adebola Agumbiade, said the policy would enhance transparency, improve passenger experience, and boost revenue collection.
This is a comprehensive cashless and contactless payment solution for all of our airports. Effective September 29, 2025, we have started phasing out physical cash at all FAN revenue points, like our access gates, our car parks, and our VIP lounges.
She noted that in the pilot phase, the authority is targeting a 50% increase in the internally generated revenue, with fully cashless operation expected to double current figures. According to Kuku, over 300,000 vehicles pass through the Abuja and Lagos airport access gates monthly, presenting a huge revenue potential. The cashless initiative, she said, would ensure the government collects every naira due. FAN says the rollout will gradually expand to all FAN management airports nationwide, aligning with global basic practice and the federal government digitalization.
The governor of Rivers State, Siminalayi Fubara, has promised to begin the renovation of the state's secretariat complex. Fubara was speaking during an on-the-spot assessment in the aftermath of the fire incident, which affected some sections of the complex. We have more in this report.
Offices damaged and workers counting their losses. The incident occurred late Monday just as civil servants were closing for the day. Eyewitnesses say the fire started from the ground floor where the Secretariat's clinic and State Pension Audit Office are located. The exact cause remains unknown, but the damage was extensive enough to attract widespread attention. While some residents and activists suspect foul play linking the fire to alleged attempts to conceal records, state authorities have dismissed such claims. The head of service, Iyingi Brown, clarified that the pension office was untouched, explaining that only the crate used by the nursing mothers within the secretariat was affected. Governor Siminalayi Fubara, who visited the scene, described the incident as unfortunate but said it underscored the need to renovate the aging complex.
We've been talking about the renovation of our very foremost secretariat, and I believe with this particular incident, there won't be any reason not to continue it anymore. Whatever is required by this government to commence that process, we will immediately swing into action.
He assured that his administration would begin immediate steps toward rebuilding and modernizing the Secretariat. Dating back to the 70s, the Rivers State Secretariat has long been due for renovations. Monday's fire may now serve as a turning point, prompting long-awaited action to restore and upgrade one of the state's key administrative landmarks.
And on the foreign scene, Israel's government has approved a ceasefire deal with the Palestinian militant group Hamas after an honest strike on Gaza neighborhood on October 9, 2025, leaving at least 4 people dead and trapping more than 40 others under the rubble. The decision made early today clears the path for hostilities to cease within 24 hours and for Israeli hostages to be freed within 72 hours. Under the U.S. agreement led by President Donald Trump, Israel will release Palestinian prisoners and begin a phased troop withdrawal from Gaza. Prime Minister Benjamin confirmed their approval, saying the deal covers the release of all hostages, both living and deceased. Let's take some business story now. The Nigerian government is intensifying efforts to boost value addition in agriculture, with new policies aimed at transforming the country from a raw material exporter to a hub for agro-processing. Recent reports from the African Development Bank shows that Nigeria is expanding its network of special agro-industrial processing zones across several states. The zones are designed to attract private investments, create jobs, and reduce post-harvest losses by clustering processing plants near major farming areas. Let's go on a break now, and when we return, we take entertainment and sports stories.
The Nigerian music industry has witnessed a significant shift in popularity and success over the years. Many artists who once dominated the airwaves and commanded large followings have seen their careers decline. Here are 10 Nigerian artists whose careers have gone down the drain. 1. Daddy Shoki. Daddy Shoki was the pioneer of the Agbaman style of music. His popularity peaked in the 1990s with hits like Diana. However, his music career has declined significantly since then. 2. Olumentain. Olumentein's hit single Yauze became a massive success in the late 2000s. However, his subsequent releases failed to match the success of Yauze, leading to a decline in his music career. 3. Face. Face was a prominent figure in the Nigerian music industry in the late 1990s and early 2000s, despite his hit singles including Femi Kuti and Kolomenta. His career has struggled to maintain momentum. 4. Solid Star. Solid Star's music career has faced significant challenges, including limited releases and reduced visibility. Despite his initial success, he has struggled to regain momentum in the competitive Nigerian music industry. 5. Red MC. Red MC's unique style and energetic performances initially gained attention. However, her career failed to sustain momentum due to a lack of consistent quality music and strategic management. 6. Flex B. Flex B's popularity peaked in the mid-2000s with hits like Omorire and Number One Fan. However, his subsequent releases failed to match the success of his earlier works, leading to a decline in his career. 7. Tony Tetula. Tony Tetula was known for his humorous lyrics. However, his popularity has waned over the years due to a lack of consistent quality content and changing musical trends. 8. Mehdi. Mehdi's music career has been marked by struggles to regain momentum. Despite his collaborations with prominent artists, he has failed to produce hits that resonate with his fan base. 9. Korede Bello. Korede Bello rose to fame with his hit single Godwin. Despite his initial success, his music career has experienced a downturn with limited releases and reduced visibility. 10. Dija's soulful voice and potential were evident in her singles. Despite her talent, she has faced challenges in sustaining a successful music career with limited releases and collaborations. Despite their contributions to the Nigerian music industry, their careers have not sustained the same level of success as they once enjoyed. The Nigerian
Welcome back. And on entertainment, Nigerian Afropop star Adekunle Gold has shared a heartfelt reflection on fatherhood, saying he can afford to fail as a musician, but never as a father. In an interview on the Not Just OK podcast, the award-winning singer revealed that his wife, Simi, and their daughter, Adejare, remain the most important part of his life and the driving force behind his success. Adekunle Gold explained that his family has become the center of his world, motivating him to stay grounded despite the pressures of fame. According to him, fatherhood has reshaped his outlook on life, teaching him the importance of responsibility, love, and balance. Welcome to the sports segment. The Confederation of African Football has introduced new coaching license regulations amid improving technical standard and professionalism across the continent. Under the new policy, all head coaches and assistants taking part in CAF competition are required to hold a CAF A or Pro license or an equivalent qualification from another confederation. CAF granted a grace period until the end of 2026 and 2027 season for coaches appointed before May the 4th, 2025 to upgrade their credentials, while new appointees must already meet the requirements. And that's the much we can take on this bulletin. Please follow us more in our subsequent bulletins and on all our social media platforms for news and updates around the world. I am Praise Adeleke. Bye for now.